In this video, we want to go over subtotals. So what that is, just adding up our totals, but for each different product within our list. And if you had to manually do that, that could take a lot of time. So let's say first we would set this filter up, the auto filter for our products, and we want the subtotal for each product. So you want to know the total amount of sales for each product. So right now I have the product of some different video games I like to play: Call of Duty, FIFA, Madden, and 2K. So I'm gonna just sort from A to Z, so to have each product grouped together. And what you might have had to do in previous versions or do before, you would have to insert a line after the end of every product, and then you would have to maybe auto sum. So I press all equal sign to quickly auto sum, and then we get this would be the subtotal for Call of Duty, the subtotal of sales for Call of Duty. And then we would have to go do that for each different product. And with only a few products, that might not seem so bad, but what if we had thousands, hundreds of products and so much data? That could be very time consuming. So I'm just going to delete that row that I just inserted. So instead, what we can do, we can have Excel create subtotals for us. And the way to do that is first we just have to click into our list that we have set up, and then we're going to go to the data tab at the top of our ribbon. So this is where some Excels might differ. If you have a older version of Excel and not this one, it would be a subtotal button maybe over here far to the right. But on this version of Excel, you click on outline, and then we're going to click on subtotal. So what that does is it brings up this table for us, and it's asking us at each change in, so what product do we want, or what column, what header do we want the subtotal for? And then we can have the different functions. So we could have it tell us how many products if we use count, the average of all the sales, but right now we just want sum. We want our subtotal. And we want it to total up the amount of sales. So we're going to leave the sales box clicked. We're going to leave these unclicked because we only want them to add up the amount of sales we have. And we can do page breaks between groups, summary below, and we'll just do replace current subtotals, or we'll click OK. So now you can see these subtotals are automatically added into our list. We have this Call of Duty total, and then it added up the amount of sales that we had for Call of Duty for that product, then FIFA total, then Madden total, and 2K total. And then you can see at the bottom we even get a grand total. And this would go on no matter how many different products we had. If we were to do it that way and tell it to subtotal each of the different product names, it'll go through it. It could be 100,000 products, doesn't matter. Excel will know. It will just group together products with the same name and subtotal those. So it's important that your data is clean and the same right products have the same name and same spelling. And then I want to show you guys over here on the side. So now we have these buttons 1, 2, and 3 popped up. So if we click 1, we just get the grand total. If we were to click 2, now we just have the subtotals. So we have the subtotals and the grand total. So you can see the Call of Duty total popped up, FIFA total. So maybe this is all the data you need to send to somebody, or that's all that really matters. We have all the other data for each cell and each unit price, but maybe that's not important. They just want to know, okay, well, how much did Call of Duty sell this month? So you could just press on 2, and then we could press 3, which will bring up everything once again. And we also have these signs. So this is what we call grouping. So we also have these signs now over here, these minus signs. So Call of Duty is a group, but we could press minus on that. So then all of the data for Call of Duty disappeared, the units, but the Call of Duty subtotal stayed. And we can do the same thing for FIFA. Maybe we just want to see the totals, the subtotals for Call of Duty, FIFA, and Madden, but we want to see all the information for NBA 2K. And we can do it that way, and if we just press plus, it all comes back. But so that's called grouping, and that will show up on the left hand side over here, and it could even show up on top in your columns if we grouped it that way. But that's how you would use subtotals in Excel. It's quick. You just have to click into your table and go to subtotals and tell it what you wanted to add, which product you wanted to, or column you wanted to add, and we wanted the product column, and then which column do you want it to do the sum again, and we want that in the sales column. So that's it. Once again, play around with it as always. Maybe even use some other functions, use the count function, the average function, just see how it works around and get used to it.